Okay, it's just gone 7 o'clock at night. We've just finished our tea. We've come back down here because I wanted to show you the difference of an evening in an air versus the daytime in an air. As I said earlier on, people use their motorhomes, they have to use their motorhomes to go visit, you know, all the tourist stuff, the castles and the gardens. But obviously in the evening they come back to stay. So just have a look at the difference now to earlier on, and we've already seen 2 or 3 arrive as we've been standing here filming. So give this another hour or so and all the spaces up here on the left will also be full. So if we came down here first thing tomorrow morning, I'll doubt if there'd be a space left here. So this morning we're going to visit a local campsite. It's about 3 or 4 kilometres from where we live. But before we do, we've got a bit of a ritual, which is to get the morning bread fresh, obviously. So I've just sent my assistant in to get the bread, and then we'll show you what a campsite looks like. So this is the road, well, a typical size of road really for a campsite in France. They are quite narrow, but you know, they're not impossible. You just have to take it slowly. The biggest problem we had when we had the RV here was all the trees hanging over the side, because I'm a bit, you know, paranoid about scratching the RV. But we've stayed here many times, this particular campsite, and our RV was 42.5 feet, so you know, it's very doable.
There aren't usually this many cars on the road.
No, normally if you saw another car on this road, you stop and shake the person by the hand, but there's some sort of market on.
There's a vide grenier, brocante.
So we're going to pull into the campsite. So we've just arrived at the campsite, and as you can see, it's got a barrier. Most French, French, I don't know about anybody else, but in France, most campsites do have some form of barrier to stop, you know, general public coming in. It's got quite a narrow driveway, although compared to some campsites, this driveway is actually quite wide. So we're going to have a wander around the campsites, and I'll show you the difference with the electrics and the sort of size of space that you get here in Europe compared to the US. So this is the typical size of a European motorhome. This is about 12 to 15 feet long. I mean, there are some larger ones, about 20 feet, but this typically is the size of a motorhome in Europe. Pretty good size space for Europe. Normally it's 10 by 10. So this is quite a big space for your money. This would cost about 35 euros a night, I would imagine. Now, there is water on each site, but it's not water you would have permanently plumbed in, and the drainage point is a dumping station, so there's no drainage on site. That's commonplace. But I do want to show you a couple of things. One is the way that European motorhomes are levelled, and the second thing is I want to show you the electrics that we have. First of all, I'll show you the way that European motorhomes have levelled. If you look at the front wheels of this motorhome, you'll see there's some like wedges. This is how European motorhomes are basically levelled. You basically have a graduated wedge that you put under the wheels, front or rear, or on one side, and it's a way of leveling up your motorhome. They don't have hydraulic jacks like we do in the US, and caravans, which I'll show you in a minute, basically have a wind-up thing. It's like a tire brace you put in and you turn it, and it jacks it up. But it's very archaic. I mean, it's so archaic when you think we're in 2016. But the biggest joke is, come and have a look at the electrics. This is the size of cable that you will have to run your motorhome. Now if you compare that to the size of cable in America, but then of course in America you're getting 30 or 50 amp supply. Here you'll be lucky if you get 10, and when I say lucky, 10 is the standard. Some are 5, because some of these sites were put in and all the electrics were put in when people only had caravans, and I would say probably 95% of the sites have never upgraded their electrics. So basically you're expected to run a motorhome with lots of facilities, and even these small motorhomes have air conditioning units, but they all demand amperage, and unfortunately a lot of campsites now, if you put your aircon unit on, it blows a fuse. So it's a different world, completely different world, which is why we enjoy RVing in the US. So let's have a look at another couple of sites here, just to give you a feel for what it's like having an RV or motorhome here in Europe. So the international sign for what we would call the dumping point or evacuation point for your black tank, well, and your grey tank in fact, here in Europe, is this sign here, which is a picture of a camper and a blue box, and these are actually available on some motorways as well, but basically it's a hole in the ground, and you just pull up. Now on a small camper this particular pull-in is difficult, but you now imagine a 45-foot RV pulling into this space and trying to dump the waste. I mean, for a start, I mean, we've done it here, but we didn't actually pull in on this space. We kept on the road and just had a long evacuation tube, because we just couldn't get the angle to actually turn around here and then out. So let's put it this way, it has its challenges, but you know, this is how it is in Europe. If you want to bring an American RV in Europe, these are the things you have to, I say put up with, these are the things you have to sort of work out how to get round. But it is doable, and as I say, we've stayed on this site many a time, and once you get to know what's what, and hey, the people who own it don't care that to them, having an American motorhome here, it's like a showpiece, because they've never seen anything like it. They're just used to these silly little European things. So sorry if you have a European thing, I don't mean silly, they're just silly to me. I mean, you probably like it, but there you go. So the standard size of what we would call an emplacement space basically here is 10 by 10, but as you can see, the one here in the middle is slightly bigger. So we could probably park in there at an angle at a push, and you would on the diagonal probably just get a 40-foot motorhome, well 35-foot motorhome anyway, in there. You'll always find a pretty good wash facility on all of these campsites, irrespective of whether it's 20 euros a night or 50 euros a night. And the main reason for that is on these European motorhomes, unlike the US motorhomes, the washing facilities, you have a very, very small holding tank for your grey and a very small holding tank for your black. I mean, the black tank is actually a cassette that when it's filled up, which is only about 15 gallons, you basically have to take it out from the side, and with a little wheelbarrow you have to bring it and manually dump it, and most people it's too much aggro. So basically they normally use all the facilities on site, and the actual washing and toilet facilities on the RV is just almost as an emergency, because here you've got hot showers, you've got sinks, you've got toilets, you've got everything you need, and it's all inclusive. All you got to do is bring your soap. So here you're going to see two spaces, two motorhomes. There's no hookup as such apart from the electric, which I've already explained is about 10 amps. Some people actually pitch a tent and have like the kids in the tent and the adults inside the motorhome, because the room inside these motorhomes isn't very big at all.
So we've shown you the campsite, which is adequate, but obviously has its limitations, or it's different to what you're probably used to. But just to give you an idea of where that's situated, it's right next to this beautiful lake. it's usually very calm, but today there is a brocante here, which is like a what do you call them, like a junk sale, car boot sale. But this area is normally so peaceful and quiet. People come here for picnics, the children can play in the sand, there's swans here, there's ducks. When we used to stay here a few years ago, because it's only a few kilometres from our house, we had a dog and we used to walk the dog all the way around the lake every morning, and it was beautiful. There was mist on the lake, so it's a really lovely little spot in the heart of southwest France, which we love. This is a brocante, a French brocante, vide-grenier they're sometimes called, which means to empty your loft of all your unwanted rubbish, and they're great. You can just mooch around here for a good hour or so. You can find anything from old tyres to Persian carpets to little antique knickknacks, so old furniture, clothes, toys. They're just great places to wander around, and sometimes you do find really real bargains and interesting little things.
This is Julia doing what she does best. Shop. Found any junk you want to buy?
Not yet.
Monte ou non? Dessus? On va voir si c'est sur la règle.
I mean, basically, I think this is just people, instead of taking whatever they've got in their loft down to the local tip, they bring it here and sell it. And the stuff they're selling is like stuff that's broken. It's got, you know, jigsaw puzzles with pieces missing. It's quite incredible. Empty bottles. It's really stuff that you'll never, ever need.
Some people like it.
So, well,
One person's rubbish is another person's, what do they say?
junk, crap. Now, like most hot-blooded men, I am partial to a nice chest. So I am now in paradise.
Look at those chests.
Yeah, but they're not the sort of chests I'm partial to, I have to be honest.
Beautiful.
And the other thing, you'd probably get a splinter if you started touching those. So we have a chest full of junk, old tools. This is obviously for the coffee connoisseur. Looks like some sort of coffee grinding kit. Now this is a waffle maker. This is brilliant. So you would obviously make your waffle mix and put that on the fire or in the fire. And they've got several different types here with different patterns. That's awesome, that. This is obviously an early dentist tool.
Et alors, c'est l'or. C'est l'or. Et alors, c'est l'or. De finesse. Recompte. On va le dire. Jamais.
take my hand and come with me, because you look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. I say you look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need the money when you look like that, do you, honey? Big black boots, long brown hair. She's so sweet with her get back stare. Well, I could see you home with me, but you were with another man, yeah. I know we ain't got much to say before I let you get away, yeah. I said, are you gonna be my girl? It's a 1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me, because you look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. I say you look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need the money with a face like that, do ya? Big black boots, long brown hair. She's so sweet with her get back stare. Well, I can see.
So we hope you've enjoyed the video about motorhoming in Europe that we put together, and the comparisons between America and Europe. If you're thinking of coming to Europe to motorhome and enjoy all the wonderful places here, we really would advise to rent an RV here or a large motorhome. It's very expensive to ship your own motorhome across here to use. But don't be put off. It's a beautiful country. There are beautiful countries to visit. The roads are excellent. Even the small roads are perfectly manageable. If you want any advice at all, we're very happy to give it to you individually. But we've travelled through all sorts of countries: Italy, Austria, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, up into Scandinavia. All wonderful, wonderful places. So we hope it's been useful, and
Yeah, back stare. Well, I could see you home with me, but you were with another. Yeah, I know we ain't got much to say before I let you get away. Yeah.
the fuel compared to the fuel
I said, are you gonna be my girl?
P95 is 124. I don't know if
And this is paradise.
This is your life. How are you?
Well, I was doing really well until then.
You know, I mean, I don't know you from Adam, but you're really a handsome-looking fellow.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
What are you doing in France?
Living.
Living, are you? Oh, God.
So there you go. Right, I'll start that again. You haven't got them in the background, no? Now, like most hot-blooded men, you know, believe it or believe it not, I am partial to a nice chest.
What?
Oh. Right.
I don't believe this. Have you turned it off?
Well, we're trying to film something and people keep coming up and
What would
talking
you
to
blame?
Yeah, back stare. Well, I could see you